We're back. This is. Can we start over? Thanks.
Okay.
I hate. And welcome back to comics. This is Andres.
This is
Um,
Esteban.
This is Carmen.
This is Luis. And I'm Ash.
and they've made the mistake of making me the host today, so bear with us. Thanks. So today we're going to be talking about a few things. We have a game going on, but somebody has the drink for today. Luis, would you like to get into that?
I would like to tell you who is going to get into that. Esteban, take it away.
That's
Shit,
me.
sorry.
Hey. It's
Can
all
we cut
good.
that?
Yeah.
All right,
It's
get
all
into
good.
it.
So
Sorry,
today I am drinking the beautiful, delicious Bullet Rye. I highly recommend it. I mean, perfect. That's all I can really say. I mean, I first started drinking the regular bourbon. I'm drinking the rye now. Pretty much the only one that I really drink right now is the rye. It's very, very smooth. It's perfect. So we're not sponsored yet by Bullet Rye, but hey, I mean, if they're listening, Bullet Rye, come on, man. Let's get
one of our
sponsored.
subscribers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So,
Hey, are you guys? Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Are you guys down to do a show one time where we start off really fucked up?
And we
Yeah.
sober up towards the end.
We're gonna start a show fucked up. It's gonna be the
Yes.
first time we do it because pretty much my MO when we get started on this.
Yes, that's why I
Let's
love
do
you.
it.
Gets me checked.
So the first topic we're going to jump into today, Esteban's going to handle, and that's going to be the Aliens versus Marvel comics that we saw the preview artwork to this week.
Yeah, I saw this, and the first one that actually really caught my eye was Wolverine. It's a beautifully drawn cover. I love it. It's perfect. I'm kind of surprised that Marvel is just thinking up now to go ahead and bring this type of crossover together. Essentially, it's the Marvel universe versus the Xenomorphs. If you guys don't know who the Xenomorphs are, you guys are missing out because that's right there, 80s horror, fucking aliens and Sigourney Weaver, and that shit's awesome. So there are 19 different issues where certain Marvel characters are going to be going toe to toe with the Xenomorphs. So real quick, it's going to start off with, or it's going to have Spider-Woman. So Spider-Woman's going to come across it. The X-Force, Amazing Spider-Man, the Marauders, the Avengers are going to come across them. Black Widow, Captain America, Black Cat, which, by the way, they're saying that the Black Cat one should be really, really cool because at the very end, or somewhere in the comic, she gets not really a power-up, but she kind of gets a suit that's supposed to help out, which is supposed to be pretty cool. Captain Marvel, which I think obviously perfect. Xenomorphs, Captain Marvel, stuff like that. The Fantastic Four, the Immortal Hulk, Iron Fist, Iron Man, Miles Morales, Shang-Chi, X-Men, Venom, which I think that one's going to be actually pretty dope also. Wolverine. Let's see, I'm missing...
So it's basically the whole Marvel universe.
Yeah, it's basically the whole Marvel universe. But the one that actually caught my eye that I saw, and I'm just like, you know what, that one should be fucking dope to see, is Daredevil. They're gonna put Daredevil up with the Xenomorphs. So I think that's actually gonna be pretty dope, being that the obviously I mean I don't remember off the top of my head, and I know Andres is probably gonna yell at me right now. But no, I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding. But I don't recall if Xenomorphs can see. You know what I mean? Or if they're, you know what I'm saying? Like if they have the ability to see, and I'm sure whoever's listening is probably screaming at their radio or their iPhone or Android the answer, but I think that would be a pretty cool combination to see Daredevil and the Xenomorphs go at it. So I think that's actually very, very cool. I'm excited for that. The one thing that I kind of don't like, but then again, it's because comic books is that it's going to be 19 different issues and 19 different, series. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty excited about it. So
Does
that's
each
your-
of them, is it all the same story, or is it like X-Men's their story?
I believe it's their story. So whatever issue. So for example, like Spider-Woman's coming out. So this is the first time the Xenomorph or this crossover is going to happen in Spider-Woman #8. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lead up to it, and then it goes into it, and then it's that one issue, and then they move on from there. I wouldn't be surprised if all 19 issues take off if they turn around and put it in a paperback, and they put all 19 issues together in one, because each issue is about 32 pages. So.
Oh,
So yeah,
so the whole
it's-
story's just in that 32 pages for that. It's not like go ahead and go to Gambit 47. Like it's not going to be like that, right?
I'm not sure. When I was reading the information on there, it doesn't really explain. It just says that it's a crossover, like kind of like one of those things like, hey, how come we didn't think about this, or how come they didn't do this before? So it's kind of like stuff like that.
Yeah, they've done issues like that before. Dark Horse, I think, owns the comic rights of Aliens, and they did in '97. They did a run with Batman. Batman it was Batman versus Aliens, and then they had a sequel. There were one shots, and to your point, it is possible that they do these 19 one shots, and then at the end of it, they say, let's put this all together. Let's make all this happen. And it turns into like one big story. So,
I'm
be interesting to see.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. I'm actually pretty stoked about that, because I mean, back in the the 90s, there were tons and tons and tons of crossovers coming out, with Batman and Spawn, dude. Like that was a sick comic, dude.
Yeah.
So to see that, and I know, like you were saying, Dark Horse had that run for Predator and Terminator and stuff like that. So it's pretty exciting that now they're going to be pulling in the Xenomorphs with the Marvel comic book universe. So
Well, there were even those like DC and Marvel crossovers that was from late 80s, early 90s. And
yeah, are you talking about when they formed Amalgam Comics?
no, I'm saying it was like a Marvel and DC licensed product, and it was
Yeah, there was like
Oh, you're right.
there was like a whole line of them. I want to say maybe like 3 different ones, like graphic novel size, like 50 pages plus.
Oh, right on.
Is that the same thing like when Batman, it was like Bat Wolverine, and it was like
That's
Spider?
No. He's talking about, that's what I thought too, but it's actually something different.
Yeah, like there's different variations of it. The one I read, it was Captain America went up against Batman. Quicksilver went up against Flash, and so it was like counterparts, and just kind of like showing all of that. But then ultimately, everyone wins because there's actually a bigger villain, and they all team up. So it was a cop out, but like fans were loving it because we got to see these rivalries play out.
It was massive fan service.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, I think the way that they're doing this crossover is actually going to be pretty cool. And I think the one thing that I'm probably just going to end up picking up all of them. I'm not going to lie, because some of the covers look sick, dude. Like they really do. The Thor cover, dude, it looks ridiculous. Like some of them, and I'm sure there's going to be variants to it as well. So, I mean, it's going to be nuts.
Say goodbye to your money.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyone that's collecting comic books, say goodbye to your paycheck. Call.
Do you read them? Do you read them, or do you automatically put them in plastic? Or
normally, if it's a brand new book, like for myself, I'll pick up 2 copies, one to read and then one to put away. Yeah. So I typically do that.
Nerd.
But yeah, so when these issues start coming out, you better make sure that all your credit cards are paid, your mortgage is paid, your rent's paid, because dude, it's just gonna be nuts.
So we eagerly await the
Absolutely.
Luis, you want to get into the 3 Jokers?
Oh, yes, I do. So earlier this year, they released the great Jeff Johns released a three-shot series called Three Jokers. Before I continue, Ash, who would you say is your favorite Joker? Let's say actor.
Oh,
I'm gonna be absolutely honest and say and cop out and say I feel like you know how they always do that stupid thing like they put all the action figures together and then it was like Heath Ledger goes into Joaquin Phoenix goes into Jack Nicholson.
Mhm.
Like that's how I see it. I see it like a progression of Joker starts off here and he goes into there. That's kind of why I was accepting Jared Leto because that could be the beginning of Gangsta and then into Psycho. That's how I'm accepting it. Because I mean, I don't know. I mean, I love Heath Ledger, but my heart is Jack Nicholson.
Okay, that's actually what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah,
To
I
be
love
honest.
Heath Ledger.
Carmen, who's your favorite Joker?
I think the Joaquin Phoenix version of Joker is my favorite. It used to be Heath Ledger's version, and it's still pretty much up there. But I really like the character development that happened with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I am not a fan of Jared Leto, so and his portrayal of the Joker. So he's definitely out for me. And yeah.
All right, Andres.
It's Heath Ledger. Yeah, it's not even close.
So final.
Esteban?
I'm gonna have to agree with Andres. It's Heath Ledger. I feel although Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal of the Joker was brilliant and fucking amazing, and I think that's what kind of sets him apart from Heath Ledger is you saw that gradual, or not that gradual, but you saw him change and morph into what he became. With The Dark Knight, he was already the Joker. So I think that's what makes Heath Ledger's, like, he's already been doing it for so long, but for Joaquin Phoenix it just makes it sad. You know what I mean? Like it's a sad progression to going into where he actually ultimately finally became the Joker. You know what I mean? So I think that because it was so real, to kind of see, that for Joaquin Phoenix, it's not that that's a bad thing, but it kind of, I don't know. I feel that, Heath Ledger's actually, is my favorite Joker, I should say.
There's no wrong answer. Obviously. So, Ash, you said that Nicholson was your favorite, and we got a couple for Ledger. And what's funny is that the story that Jeff Johns wrote is actually talking about that, how each of them is Joker and how he's changed over the years. So before he used to be just this crazy clown with no real thought process. And then it evolved into like a criminal mastermind that had plans and plans and plans of shit. And then there's the one that was just telling jokes and it was just being very sophisticated and implanting jokes in like very methodical with what jokes he was telling to the city or to Batman to try to make him laugh or whatever. And so it's such a fascinating take. It's not quite multiverse, but they're saying that there isn't a Joker. It's actually three of them. And the different ones we've seen over the years, the 60s, 70s Batman show, that was the clown. The comedian is the one that we saw with, like, as an example, Mark Hamill was the comedian, just trying to make a joke, crack a joke, and that's always his thing. And then the current comic run is the criminal. He's the mastermind. He's the one that has the plans and he's really sophisticated to, like, go in deep to break, Batman or whatever. So it's just a fascinating take, and they do a really big deep dive on this. And so if it would just be so fascinating to, like, open this door if this becomes,
it's already getting it's really getting really good reviews right now. 10 years from now, if this was to become a movie, would be amazing. Something like what we're getting now with the Spider-Verse would just be an interesting thing to see, I think, on screen.
Okay, so now
That's really all I got about it.
Okay, no, that's cool, because when the way you were explaining it right now, how it was like in time the morphing of the Joker, I thought from what it sounded like it was one person throughout the different stages up until that point, but it's actually 3 physical people.
It's 3 physical people, but their interpretation of it is that it's one person, because the one person is the Joker. Similar to in Batman Begins, how it's like a man can be broken, but a symbol can be legendary, it can be immortal. You can't break
I
that
see.
symbol. So that's where it's kind of turned into something like that. And so it does a very fascinating job of kind of like going back. And there was a big arc in the Dark Side War right before they concluded the New 52. This comic book talk, and there was a part where Batman was essentially given all knowledge, and
He was sitting on
used
the
that
on
time
the
to ask.
Yeah, I forget the name of the chair. He was sitting on the fuck.
Okay. Yes.
I just called it the Chair of Knowledge.
Yeah.
Close enough.
But it does have
I'll
a name.
take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. But yeah, and so that was one
All right.
of the
So
things that he asked when
And
it
he's
was,
gone
Joker's
again.
identity.
hold on. Pause.
3, 2, 1.
But so it's Batman essentially gets all knowledge. He chooses to ask the chair, what's Joker's identity? But the answer's not revealed to the audience. You just see him get like very perplexed, and he's like, that's impossible. That's impossible. And he just like he trails off. And so the plan that the Justice League had in the Dark Side War, not to give too many spoilers, but he knew if he got the power of all knowledge that he would lose himself. So they had a game plan. Ask these sets of questions, and before he lost himself in the chair, one of the questions he wanted to ask was, what Joker identity was. But then they never touched on it. Then the Dark Side War concluded. New 52 essentially was wiped out when the rebirth that happened, and it was just stopped. And so then the current Batman line, we're kind of like, oh, maybe they're gonna bring something to it. It was never brought up. The next big arc was him marrying Catwoman, and then early 2020 they released the 3 Jokers, and they go right into that, which is I thought it was amazingly done. If you're not a big comic person and you're thinking what comic to get into, this is definitely one. It's they do a good job of holding your hand introducing these characters, but then they also throw in some little nuggets for the seasoned people that know about what's going on in current comic line and stuff like that. So strong recommendation.
How many
3
issues? 3 total? 3? Okay.
Yeah, 50 pages each. So it's yeah, no, it's beginning, middle, end. It's a full story. So it's very short, sweet, and it's one. But that's like Jeff Johns just does that, man. He hits you with bombs.
Well, I mean, Jeff Johns is real great with writing and stuff like that. I mean, the way he ended up rewriting Aquaman was fantastic. So again, another one that if you guys haven't read is Aquaman for the New 52. That shit was great. I mean, it's he kind of brings Aquaman out of that light of, oh, he only talks to fishes, so it kind of completely turns Aquaman on his head, and just shows him to be the hero that he's supposed to be in the comics. So,
question for the group.
Yes,
Luis, what in your theory, not theory, in your own theory, who do you think Batman would say that's impossible to? And then I'm gonna ask that going down the line.
Oof. Dude, I really don't know, man. I don't know. It was something like as I was reading it, I was like, what could have been so crazy? And yeah, no, I guess I never really cared who Joker's identity was. Similar how Joker doesn't care who Batman's identity is. It's like you're too important to me. You're this symbol, and I want to, cause chaos.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's my answer.
So when that got said, you had no fucking thought whatsoever. You were like, "Oh, I don't care," and then you closed the book.
You know what I'll compare that to? It's like as a kid, you have a peanut butter sandwich, and then your mom puts jelly on that bitch, and you're like, peanut butter and jelly? The fuck? Like you never even thought of it as a possibility, but now that it's in your head, you're just like, my world has been turned upside down. Like it kind of felt like that. Like I never gave a shit, but then when you were teased with that like 2 pages of what's his real identity, you're like, the fuck is his identity? Like just go and then that's all I wanted to know. And but yeah, like I didn't know I wanted that, and then got it.
Okay, Esteban,
Yes.
who in your mind would Batman say that's impossible to?
It'd have to be a real big bad, dude. It's either gonna be Darkseid or fuck, I don't know. I don't think he'd ever say it to someone from his small rogues gallery. I don't see him saying it to like the Penguin or to Mr. Freeze or
Right.
anything like that. I see him saying it to like that. That's something that Batman would say with his back up against the wall, nothing else, nothing left in the tank, and then Darkseid hits him with and by the way, we have this, and he's like, that's impossible. So, I mean, I see Darkseid doing it.
Okay, Andres.
I have no clue who it could be.
Just
But I will say,
in theory,
that
Batman say that's impossible about like
Darkseid wouldn't make sense to me just because like Batman knows him already, so it's not like something that he would not put past him.
Right. Okay.
It's got to be some say you would try to think, oh, maybe it's someone in the Bat family, but that wouldn't make sense either, time wise and everything.
Well,
And they wouldn't fit the general description of Joker's like body wise, like say Dick Grayson. That doesn't make sense either.
Right.
So,
well, I
don't know.
think didn't Batman say that at one point where he found out who Red Hood actually was? I mean,
he said that was impossible. Well, I mean, he didn't think the guy.
Well, he didn't. Yeah, I mean, he didn't say that's impossible. It was more of a impossible. You know what I mean?
The only people I can think are. I'm running over Carmen. Carmen, who do you think?
Oh no, please go ahead. It's fine. I couldn't possibly know, and like I've stated before, I really don't know a lot of the universe to even consider throwing my opinion out there. So you guys go ahead and take this one.
The only ones I could think of is Alfred, Thomas Wayne, or what was the last one I was gonna say? Or it's a Fight Club situation.
Like if it's Bruce.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it all makes sense because you're only if you're watching the movie, you're looking at him, or you're looking at Brad Pitt,
light bulb, got it.
Whatever. But you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Those are the impossibilities that I think.
What's funny about that is he touches a little bit on that, but the book flirts with a lot of Andres's points of like maybe it's Bat Family, maybe it's this, and again, I strongly recommend reading them. Comixology is the digital app I use to get it, and it's like they're all in a package there now. So digital read, I think each of them was like $7 if you're just looking for something to read on your lunch break.
Or I would suggest go to your local privately owned comic book shop and support small business. Why are you a better person than me, man? an actual comic book and support comics. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
well, you can do that, but if you're looking for a good read, like right away, and then buy the comic, um, but just this beautiful storytelling is that he flirts with that idea. Like it leaves breadcrumbs so you think one way and you start to lean that way, and then they yank it away and be like, nope, it's not that. Maybe breadcrumbs over here, and so it's just a constant back and forth. So when you finally get to the finish line, like you're mentally exhausted by everything like you've been through. Just it's like, but it's such a great fucking story. Such a great
It's
story.
probably Shaq Steele.
What?
Steele.
No, I
So it's-
know, but I know that movie was very shitty. Why would you bring
So
that
it's
up
John-
now?
I
It's
don't know.
John Henry
Impossible.
Irons, is what you're
For a
saying?
joke.
The Laker?
Thank you.
Oh Jesus!
So speaking of DC, we got news today actually that Warner Brothers may be considering pushing back Wonder Woman 19.
Again?
Yeah, again.
Okay.
So they may be moving it from their December movie theater release date into 2021. Patty Jenkins came out saying that this movie is not going to go on to a streaming service, that it's going to have its theatrical release. So the CEO of Warner Brothers said that as long as I guess their COVID cases are down and we're able to go back to movie theaters, sometime this December is when they have the movie release. That's when the movie will come out. So depending how we're handling COVID at that time, is whether we get to see Wonder Woman either in December or possibly into 2021.
So long story short, everybody wanted to wear your fucking mask so we can all go watch Wonder Woman.
And
It's
go back
essentially
Yes,
what we're saying.
please.
Release it simultaneously, because even the first month of the world opening, there's still gonna be people like me that are like,
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be box office is going to get hit because of that. But I really think that Warner Brothers is putting that solely on Patty Jenkins, where it's like she wants a theatrical release for that movie.
I mean, it's kind of like the statement you were saying earlier, Andres, about comics, about comic books, to support your local comic book store. You know, being a good person. Because I know AMC came out publicly and attacked Universal for releasing, what was it, Trolls
It
World
was
Tour?
Trolls.
It like
Yeah, it was
broke all
Trolls
these
World Tour.
records.
Mhm.
They broke all these records of like for digital sales, and then all these other platforms started being like, oh, we can do that too. And so they started this thing, and the CEO of AMC, I mean, he's probably retracted it by now, but at the time he had said that he'll never have a Universal picture at one of his theaters unless
Oh.
they go call to
I
negotiate.
doubt it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, he did
No,
come
I
out
know.
saying that.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're right.
but there was that little note at the bottom that he's like, unless they want to talk to me. Like, you know, it was very, but it was like, I wanted to get a bold statement out. So I just feels like Patty Jenkins is probably thinking of like, you know, movie theater goers and getting the most money for the back to the studio. Obviously, go back to the actors, back to the crew. Like, yeah, big picture, I guess.
No, yeah. Luis, you're 100% right. I mean, the head of AMC did come out and saying that, and I'm not kidding you. Within like 3 days, he retracted his statement. Because it's like they made it seem like he or AMC and Universal decided to play nice, and then they've come across a deal or some bullshit like that. But yeah, it was ridiculous. Like when I heard that he said that, I'm like, okay, this guy over here is gonna stop Universal from. You're gonna fucking lose so much money hand over fist, to not even have anything like that or have any movies play there,
Oh,
That
he's
reminds
trying
me
to
of
get spanked by like the shareholders.
Exactly.
that, and be like, you can't do that, and he's like, turns out I can't do that.
Yeah.
There was
Take
something
it
like
back.
there was something about 10 years ago. How long ago was Blu-ray versus HD DVD? Do you guys remember that?
Oh,
More than
Jesus,
10
it
years
was
ago?
fucking years
It
ago.
was more than 10. Fuck, we're old, guys.
man.
Well,
I
when
want to
that
say
started,
it was like 2002 or some shit like that.
Roughly in that.
really? Oh fuck. Okay, well,
Yeah.
oh, you're right. Yeah. So we'll say, well, when the wars of we didn't know which one was going to stay, HD DVD or Blu-ray, the first Transformers had already come out, and they were about to film the second Transformers, but Michael Bay wanted it on HD DVD when they had a deal with Sony to go on Blu-ray, and he made a statement like, if you go with Blu-ray and not HD DVD, I'm not directing the second film. And then like 2 days later, he retracted. To think that he's that powerful, and then it's like, oh shit, no one's budging. All right, never mind. I'm still gonna make this movie. I'll make a shit ton of money. Like, and then just reel it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
And dead
yeah.
silence after I make a statement. That's perfect.
It's
Oh,
not
dude,
you.
Michael, we all know what to expect out of a Michael Bay movie. Like he fucking acknowledges it himself. Just semi TNA and a lot of explosions and
Yeah,
action
that's true.
and a lot of like you don't even see the action. It's more just clip, clip, clip,
Fireworks.
clip, 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 clip. Yeah.
And a shit ton of
But I do
fireworks. That's
like-
all it is.
I do like the slow motion blah 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 crap, but other than that, I'm all set.
Well, I used to think that was a guilty pleasure of mine, but that Ryan Reynolds one, I forgot what the name of it was, but it was a straight to Netflix one with Michael Bay. Michael Bay directed it.
The 6 feet deep? Or
Yeah,
6 foot?
6 Underground or something like that.
Yeah, something
Yeah, so yeah, that one, I couldn't get past 10 minutes of it.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm dead serious.
That movie was dope.
All right, well, we see the demographic.
Was that the one?
Wow.
Was that the movie where they swiped his memories from that body and they implanted a rich person into him?
No, that one's different.
No.
That's the no. This one.
I don't
yeah,
even know what fucking movie you're talking about.
It was a straight to Netflix. It was a straight to Netflix, and it was like 6 individuals that were
Six
like,
Underground or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. Where they like did covert stuff.
You keep saying that. Just never mind. I was gonna say that's a song from the '90s. Keep going.
That it was that it was it's like 6 individuals that they like run covert black ops and stuff like that. They're not sanctioned by the government. They're all saying it's like all the money's coming from Ryan Reynolds' character because he's like a shit rich and all that garbage and stuff. So yeah.
Never heard of it.
You should do the summary for IMDb.
Yeah, I should.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You know, for a dude that said he really liked that movie, you gave it a really shitty explanation. I'll tell you that.
Face.
With that, we're gonna go into some quick hit topics. Starting off with, there were some new stills released from James Gunn's Suicide Squad that came out this week. So we got to see a little bit behind the scenes and filming stuff wise for the movie. I'm actually looking forward to it a lot. I know the first one has had some bad reviews. I enjoy that movie. As I said previously, are you guys anxious to see this new one?
I really like the trailer. The trailer is badass. And the behind the scenes of him explaining his thought process on how he's going to do the movie, I'm totally sold. I can't wait.
I kind of love the story behind the movie more than the movie. That makes sense. Like, just it's if you guys remember, they tried to cancel James Gunn because he did some, I think it was some sexist tweets or
tweets early on in his career before he was like super famous.
Right, but you know, because of the interwebs, they were able to pull something from like 10 years ago or plus.
Yeah.
Nothing ever dies on the internet.
Fuck
Yeah,
no, man.
exactly.
And so I love it back to the fucking Michael Bay thing. It's like Disney stepped in and said, "Whoa, you said anti-gay shit 20 years ago. How dare you? We're firing you." And like within that same week, DC's like, "We'll take them." And so they pulled him for Suicide Squad. And then like a week or 2 weeks after that, my timeline might be fucked up, but like within a short time frame after that, Disney's like, "Okay, we came to an agreement. he's gonna come back once he's done
That was,
filming that
that was
DC
a lot
shit.
to
Like,
do. Sorry for interrupting. That was a lot to do with the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy really pushing for him to come back.
correction, Batista.
Yeah, well, yeah, specifically.
Specifically, that dude, he fucking went to bat for James Gunn for sure.
Yeah, because he said he would not continue being Drax without him directing the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. God. Fucking politics. Like, can't we just make good movies? Can't it just be
Yeah.
nerd shit?
No.
So, moving on from that, there was also we got casting news with the question mark for Disney's Moon Knight. There's rumors that sorry, you guys are gonna have to give me
Who
a
knows the
pause.
most? Who knows
Oscar
the most about
Isaac.
Moon Knight here?
Yeah, I was thinking that I forgot to
He's the guy
mention.
that plays Poe, right? And
Poe, yeah,
Star
Poe
Wars.
Dameron.
Mhm.
Okay, let me jump back in. Somebody count me down.
Oh, but
Five.
the actual Moon Knight. What were you asking, Ash? Who knows about it?
Yeah. Well, am I counting in or?
No. Go ahead and say what you got to
Well,
say.
I mean, okay, so I don't know about Moon Knight other than fuck, I don't even know if he's Marvel, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
Marvel.
it's
Yeah.
Marvel.
Well,
That's
what
all I know.
that's so. Who knows most about him? That's what I was gonna ask.
Okay,
Devon.
so the long and the short of it is Moon Knight is, or his name is Mark Spector. He's a CIA agent, and essentially what they're doing is they're comparing him to Batman. So this is Marvel's Batman.
Right.
He is, rich, playboy, and in the original comic book, he ended up getting his powers from the moon, and that's what ended up giving him the superpowers. They later got retconned, and he ended up getting his superpowers from an Egyptian god.
Khonshu.
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, and he's also diagnosed as schizophrenic in the comic book. So yeah.
All right, give me a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a
I was about to shit on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we right back?
Okay.
About. Hold on. Let me see the rundown. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Oh, you're good.
We'll hit quickly on Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. Then we'll touch on Christian Bale, and I think we should scrap the Shang-Chi since there's not much. It's just that it finished filming. Congrats. And
Good with that.
Uncharted, same thing. So let's dump those two. Sorry, pause it. Where did we leave off? So we got some casting rumors on Disney's Moon Knight. Sorry, I could have really done a good job if you guys didn't like
The moonlit night.
All good.
All right, can we start over?
Yeah.
No, we're keeping
No,
that
that
in.
was great. That was funny.
We're keeping that in. So
Okay.
tell us about
Put this
Moonlight.
whole thing in. So we got some casting rumors on Disney's Moon Knight. Thank you very much, everyone. So the rumors are going around that Oscar Isaac is going to be cast as Moon Knight. So wondering what you guys' thoughts is.
I think it's a great casting opportunity for him. Oscar Isaac isn't. He's familiar with the way Disney works, so it shouldn't be a bad thing. I'm actually more excited about what he's gonna, or how they're gonna integrate him into the cinematic universe. I have a feeling that with Doctor Strange, they're gonna squeeze in as much as possible in there, as far as people or new characters that are gonna be coming in. Kind of like we talked about last time about the Spider-Verse. I'm sure it's gonna be something's gonna happen where they're gonna get, like, all these people or all these characters are gonna get integrated in. So I think it's great. That I think Oscar Isaac's a phenomenal actor. So yeah.
I wonder how they're going to handle it if it's going to be, since it's going to be on Disney Plus. I guess violence and adult wise. I mean, they do a good job with Mandalorian, but it's always like a Star Wars universe. There isn't
Yeah.
much blood and gore, but it is appealing to adults. So I just wonder how they're going to do with
Are
this.
they trying to keep everything on the PG-13 spectrum? Do we know? Have they said anything, or are we just assuming just because it's Disney, that's what we're gonna get?
No, that's
We're
what I've
assuming-
noticed. That's what I've noticed is on a lot of their platform as far as it comes down to the movies, because now Disney Plus has X-Men, X2, The Last Stand. They've got, I think, Apocalypse is on there. X-Men Apocalypse is on there, and those were PG-13. So, I mean, I'm sure they're going to test the waters on it, and it's going to go up until the point that they can't go any further. But I don't foresee them having, let's say, for example, I honestly don't ever think we're going to see Deadpool on Disney Plus as a movie to watch.
Right.
You know, but as far as them pushing the envelope, I see them doing that. Just getting to the point right there, and then obviously not showing the blood and the gore and stuff like that. But I think that it'll be a nice twist, you know, for them to show the schizophrenia and that, you know, and how they're going to portray it and stuff like that. And I think it's the same thing for WandaVision. I think WandaVision is going to be a little dark in some points. So I'm looking forward to it.
I think if you're a company that's gonna take over something, don't make it yours. Make it be true to the whatever, and then you put a parental lock. Parental locks are on everything. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
if you're gonna spend $25 a month or whatever it's gonna be, then yes, all day we're gonna watch fucking Disney fucking Frozen a million times, or Baby Shark, or whatever the fuck it's called. But at the same time, like, there's got to be something for you, man.
Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Oh, because that
Finding
was
Nemo.
weird. It's Baby Shark.
He did say Baby Shark.
Or the fucking I don't know what the fuck. You know, I don't have a kid
It
yet.
is Baby Shark. You got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, but I think that was a lot of people's fear when Disney bought Marvel and bought Star Wars, right? They thought that they was going to PG it. Surprisingly, I think they've done a good job. So, I mean, obviously, it's like one of the biggest fucking companies in the world. So, I mean, Star Wars, Force Awakens, I was happy with. Last Jedi, I was happy with.
Are you happy with
Really?
your dial-up that you're on right now?
I was gonna say I saw everyone's face change, and I was like, "Ooh, you can't fucking hear me, can you?"
What happened?
No worries. You could get back into it. You were just talking about, you started getting really cut up where you were talking about how you enjoyed Star Wars and then you got really bad.
Okay, great.
No? Nothing?
But yeah,
There
like
you go.
Force Awakens was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Force Awakens was good.
Oh fucking Christ!
I
Moving
think,
on.
look,
All I'm saying is Disney hasn't done a bad job.
wow.
And moving on.
Now I hear humming in the background when you're talking, Luis.
Yeah, there's a lot of humming on yours.
Oh well, shit.
It's all right.
It's all right. No, we're good. Don't worry about it.
We could,
I don't
we could
hear
cut
the
to-
humming.
No?
No, the humming
No.
just stopped. Look, I just think that our audience needs to understand that it's COVID and we can't get together and record. So
Yeah,
this is
that's
what we
fine.
got.
We'll explain it. I'll hit on it at the end. Is that fine?
That's cool.
Start from, cut back into it, Luis, from when you're talking about how Disney handled Star Wars. You need a countdown?
I think Disney handled. Oh, I was just gonna go right into it.
Okay,
Okay,
go
ready?
for it.
Go.
I think Disney handled Star Wars really well, and I think a lot of us were nervous about that. Force Awakens was good. I mean, obviously, it didn't end the same way we all wanted it to, but at least they're respecting the product. Same with Marvel. It just there's respect there for what's already been established.
Agreed.
Alrighty, so moving on to the next topic before the game. So there's we got news this week that Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson are coming back to reprise their roles in The Conjuring, and they're going to start filming a third Conjuring. What are you guys' thoughts?
I'm super excited about this one because the first two were scary as fuck. The article that I was reading off of Entertainment Weekly when they were talking about it, James Wan said that he's going to try to pull away from the horror aspect. And actually, there was one case that they were on where the person that this individual got arrested and he ended up murdering a few people, and he's saying that the reason why he did it was because he was possessed. So they're going to follow that aspect, and it's going to be more of like a crime drama type thing and not so much horror like the first two Conjurings. So I'm kind of interested in that a little bit, only because if done well, I think it would still be scary, but not like the first two Conjuring scary, but it's still going to have its scary moments. So I'm super excited about it. I don't know. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
Do you think I could handle The Conjuring?
No,
No,
no, no. I'm sorry.
no.
I'm sorry, bro. You would, if you were to try to watch The Conjuring, you got to watch that shit at fucking 7:00 in the morning,
And then
And
still
have a group of people around you.
and still, yeah, and legit have all of us around you. Okay. As soon as The Conjuring's over, we watch like 4 Disney cartoon movies. And then like 3 days later, we watch The Conjuring 2 at like 7 in the morning and do the same thing.
You could handle like Annabelle from it's the Conjuring series, or
Yeah.
or what's the other one? The
The
one
Nun.
with the witch, the Nun. There you go.
Oh, the
La
nun.
Llorona wasn't that bad.
Oh, was that part of theirs?
No, I don't think so.
Oh
Was
my
it?
No?
god!
Same
I don't
universe.
think so.
Yeah, I actually do think she's right.
The Curse of La
I think
Llorona?
so.
I think you are right.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's said Conjuring universe.
Oh.
By the way,
okay.
yeah. So you might be able to handle those lesser Conjuring related movies, but not the first two.
Okay.
You got to build up your
You got to build up your
horror
tolerance.
movie
All right.
tolerance.
All right.
Because that second one, dude.
I would say
fuck that
challenge
second one.
accepted, but I don't want to be held to it. So
Yeah, I think if one in the future, one of the games is we have to, if Ash loses, he has to force to
fuck
rewatch the
all
horror
that
movie.
noise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
We have
I
to
agree.
You guys on
Agree,
fucking
100%.
Instagram.
Raise the
You
task.
think I beg you on Instagram now? Imagine I fucking see that movie. No, you ain't
Oh
gonna shit.
Jesus!
I agree.
Bling,
I agree.
bling, bling.
No, but you know what's going to end up happening? What we need to do in order for this to all pan out, I say all of us go over, we watch it with Ash, and then we just set up a camera
And then leave.
in front. No, set
Oh
up
my
a camera
God, yes.
so that it
sounds
catches
super
so that it
awesome.
catches his reaction, like minute by minute, moment by moment by moment.
All right.
And then
So in the future, going forward, we're going to end up doing that. We'll pick a movie, whatever movie it is. We'll have
Oh, this is bad.
all of us sitting on the couches around each other. They have the camera set up at Ash, and we'll film it and go ahead and air his reaction
I'm
to
so
the movie.
bad.
Luis,
Just
you up for
imagine
it?
it would be
I'm up.
when Scooby jumps into Shaggy's arms. That's what you'll get.
Wait, who's Shaggy?
Jabba, the fucking Scooby Doo jumps into Shaggy's
Yeah,
arms.
but it's cool of
know.
us.
No, we know
Who
who
is off
Shaggy
as
is.
Shaggy?
Nobody knows who Shaggy is? That's
No,
Oh
in
my
this
God.
version
Which one of
that
us,
you're
you dumb
creating.
dick?
oh, I don't know. Whoever's closest to me, I'm jumping in your arms. Luis.
Get ready to catch him.
Armin, be ready to catch him. Yeah.
Got it.
We could just
Yeah,
get
so,
fucked up on edibles.
Oh no.
Oh,
No one's going
I'm
nowhere.
game.
I'm gonna be like Macho Man and fucking Spider-Man. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh, that's
Relax,
weird.
Bone Crusher.
Playtime.
No, I think
Alright,
that would be
so-
fine. So if we're all freaked out because of the edibles, and
I
then
am
you're
down for
freaked out
this.
normal.
Let's whoever's the kindest one of us all
That's none of
They've
us.
seen the movie, and then I'm down to watch it. But again, Dana, you better fucking talk to Dana. Luis, you better talk to Dana because you're gonna be on one of these fucking couches. Nope, that didn't come out right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
did.
trying to say. You're gonna stay over. Is what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
you and Luis already shared a bed
Yeah.
together, so you know.
It's true.
You know what? I didn't explain that story the first time because I
It's
thought
okay.
You
It's
guys
okay.
share too much.
Comic Con.
They do.
I've never walked the same since.
It's awkward.
Oh,
So awkward.
wow.
Anyways, so we got a game today.
Starring.
The game we're gonna play is we're gonna guess the top 10 grossing horror movies.
Of course.
So hold on, you guys get to choose two if you want the total top grossing film or taking inflation into consideration. So the money values will be equal to depending on the time frame. So it's taking inflation into
So
account.
when you're talking about the inflation ones, the older ones, and as far as the growth converted into today's
Exactly.
value of money. Got it. Okay.
You got to carry the
Okay.
one.
So they're probably older movies on that
Yeah,
list.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so who's gonna pick the topic then? Or not topic, but who's gonna pick the category?
Throw it out.
I don't think our listeners know how this game is going to work or who's going to be playing against whom.
So, okay. Thank you, Carmen. There's going to be two teams, and there's going to be 4 rounds. And the two teams are going to be Esteban and Carmen, and Luis and Ash. So, you guys, I'm going to let the lady go first. So, Esteban and Ash.
Okay,
Look at
Luis.
my little crown.
I was
See,
like,
I already crowned myself the winner.
Oh my gosh, she's already crowning herself.
Look at you. Since Carmen has been on a winning streak as of late, her
The
team
fuck?
gets to go first. As such, do you want to go ahead and pick the list with the inflation or without?
Out to consult with my team member.
Okay.
Do we
By all
want
means.
1 or 2? Which one do you want? Which
let's
one do
take
you
2.
think?
I say 2.
The inflation
Yeah,
one?
right? With
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So you guys want with inflation considered.
Yes, with
Yeah.
inflation
Okay.
considered.
So here's the rules, or here's going to be the breakdowns. I picked the Forbes list of the top. It's like 25 films, highest grossing horror films. So what they're considering horror is anything that's slightly scary. So Ghostbusters,
shit.
which is a comedy horror movie, may be on it.
Oh wow.
So anything you consider slightly scary may be on it. So don't just limit it to
Straight horror.
exactly.
Got
So
it.
anything that
So-
might be
Showgirls
horror
on it?
related.
And we have 4 guesses, all in one
There's gonna be 4
turn, or
rounds.
are we gonna? Oh, got it. Okay.
So 4 rounds. We'll go ahead and count the totals. If there's a tie, whoever gets the highest to number 1 is going to be the tie-breaking winner. Understood?
Okay.
Understood.
Are we
Everyone?
gonna go alternate, or is one team gonna go the 4 rounds and then the?
No, we'll go. That's a good point. We'll go ahead and just the first round.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just stick in order. That sound good?
Let's do it.
Perfect.
All right. So, Esteban and Carmen, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay, Carmen, where do you want to start with? Do you want to go complete horror as our first shot, or do you want to do? Well, no, we can't really do complete horror because it's a mixture. So
Well, he mentioned Ghostbusters, so I'm gonna go with the light-hearted ones, and I'm gonna
Okay.
play a tribute to our other team over there. So I'm gonna go with Scary Movie, perhaps.
scary movie. Okay. Scary movie, or
It's scary movie, not like the category of.
got
Scary
it. Okay.
Movie, the
Okay. My
actual
bad.
scary
My bad.
movie.
So you're going with Scary Movie, and that is number 10. So you guys are on the board.
Nice.
So that's That's one for Carmen and Esteban.
Nice.
Nice.
The only thing worse than
That
this
would have
is
been your guess.
the only thing worse than this is the top 10 films on the fucking Sci-Fi Channel.
Right.
nailed,
Hey,
she nailed it dead on. Fuck off.
Just because if I can converse with Luis, right? Like if I say a fucking name of a movie, that's not my choice, right? Hey,
Yeah.
chillin'. What do you think about Frighteners?
Frighteners. Ugh, that's pretty old timey. I don't think it hit that big on the box office.
This is with inflation.
Yeah, this is with inflation.
With inflation.
You
Yeah,
did math.
What
we can-
is inflation?
We can throw that.
I'm more than willing to have you do this because I'm, Scream might be in there, but
Okay, I'm thinking Jaws if we're inputting in inflation.
Okay, yeah. I'll
You
use
going
one.
with Jaws?
You good with
That way
that?
you lose.
So
Yes,
Jaws,
sir. Show me Jaws.
Jaws is on the list, and it is number one.
Wow.
What?
So taking
Steven
inflation
Spielberg,
into
yo.
consideration- taking inflation into consideration, Jaws as of 2019 would have made $1.154 billion in the box office.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that is
Jeez.
a
When did that come
massive
out?
fucking film.
In the
Jaws
70s,
came
right?
out in 1975.
Wow.
Whew.
I was scared
So-
to scream for a while after I watched that movie.
So we are now tied, and they have the tiebreaker in hand. So Team Esteban and Carmen, you guys are up.
Would you like to guess the next one? Esteban?
Sure.
Or we can banter, since if we're talking against each other, it doesn't count as a guess.
That's true. So okay, so then if that's the case, so then we got Jaws at number one.
They
And
would eat
we
chips.
have, huh?
Sorry.
So we have Jaws
We
at
can
number
go
one.
like
Who's eating
really
chips?
classic. Chips. I don't see anyone eating chips, but I would like some if somebody wants to share. I'm pretty hungry.
Hear the chips on too, let me know.
Sorry, but back to the game.
So we have Jaws at number one. We have Scary Movie at number 10. So that's our gauge there.
I'm gonna just go throw like the classics out there. So maybe The Exorcist, perhaps. Maybe.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking The Exorcist or maybe The Shining.
Oh, The Shining too.
He's definitely eating
By the
chips.
way, depending on which one you guys go to, you may be giving the other team an answer. So
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's okay.
you go ahead, Esteban. Pick. This
Let's
is
say
on
The
you.
Shining. The Shining. The Shining. The
you're going
Shining.
with
The Shining.
Shining? Okay.
Shining.
And
Don't say number two. Don't say
The
It's not even
Shining
on there.
is not even on the top 25 list.
What? Oh,
Even I could deal with The Shining.
Even I could do The Shining.
Come on, man. I got a
Nope.
low threshold.
Yeah, okay. So you guys it's tied game, and the team of Ash and Luis have the tiebreaker, and they are up.
What could be?
I was thinking The Exorcist sounded like a good guess, man.
are they gonna steal that?
I don't-
Wow.
Of course they are.
And you guys call me cheater?
What about
Okay.
Psycho?
Yeah, Luis.
You do that.
Ooh.
I feel like Exorcist, but I feel like that's like one of those movies that did this and then through word of mouth became that. Where maybe Psycho is
I
like,
getcha.
like Psycho is like something I knew about.
Oh, it
from-
was Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah. All right.
It's
What do you
true.
want? Whatever you want to do. You're the last stand because I'm horrible at scary movies.
We'll go with Psycho.
You're going with Psycho. Okay, let's check the list. And well, you're hearing my long pause. I would say that's not good news. And
Oh God.
no, sorry, you guys fucked up. You got a chance to steal, and you blew it. Nope.
Oh,
Psycho.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we're going
Wait,
into round
did you
3.
say you
No,
have
no,
a
no,
chance
no,
to
no.
steal?
No, no,
Hold
no,
on.
Which
no,
means
no,
The
on, we're going-
Exorcist is
No,
on the list.
no,
All
The
right.
no,
Exorcist
Everyone
is on
stop.
the list.
no, nothing.
Anyways,
I'm up.
so we're going into round 3. We're going
No.
into round 3, and the game's tied 1-1.
Yeah.
And the team of Ash and Luis have the tiebreaker at hand.
Shouldn't we win because we picked the number 1 movie?
Well, if they get more
Yeah.
than us, then they win. It's like fucking
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go. So, Carmen and Esteban, you guys are up.
So are we
And
just gonna go?
I think we have a big hint among,
I think so too.
so we'll just say The Exorcist.
Oh yeah,
I
let's
think.
do it. The Exorcist. Agreed.
Okay, let's check the list. And oh my god, The Exorcist is on the list at number 2.
Could you be more
I
sarcastic?
fucking said it's not number 2. It's not number 2. I fucking said it.
The Exorcist, the film from 1973, if taken into inflation into account, made $996.5 million at the box office.
Almost
Hey,
$1 billion
Andreas,
with inflation.
Can I say what I like
Wow.
about you being the moderator?
What's that?
I like you being the moderator as well as everybody else that's done it, but your twist on everything is that you have the information above and beyond, as opposed to going number 2 next. Like you have, yeah. Get you? I like it.
I try.
You're a good
Thanks.
moderator, bro. I like it a lot.
Round of applause.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate you all.
All right, Luis,
Okay.
it's on you.
So yeah, you guys are up,
And I get to punch you in
guys
the
are
left
down
ear
by
if you
1.
don't get it.
I'm thinking Conjuring, something more modern.
It's on you, bro. I went with Psycho, so it's on you.
Oh, bitch.
Oh.
I will
Conjuring is
say
very
Psycho-
popular because I
I
always
will say
think
Psycho is not a bad choice. I was surprised it wasn't on it myself.
Conjuring. The thing he fucked me over with is like it could be Basic Instinct. Like
No.
like that's I know, but that's,
Okay, I think
that's how
I
it kinda screwed me
I
over.
got one.
It's on you.
Ash, how do you feel about Sixth Sense?
I feel good about it because I
Or do you
think
feel better with Conjuring?
Okay, well, I'd like it if you didn't say both. That way you give them something, but whatever. Go with what you feel. What's your
Go with
left
your heart,
feel?
bro.
What's your left nut feel? Is it feel?
Luis, do you have an answer?
Conjuring.
Conjuring it is. Okay, let's see. And I'm checking the list.
He said long pauses means bad things. Just FYI.
Thank you, I got it.
Sorry, you guys. It is not on the top 25.
Fuck.
All right. So this is we're going into the final round. So you guys could upright
okay.
win, or we'll tie and you guys lose. So you guys need this one to win the game.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Sure.
Okay. Hit me with your best shot.
Fire away. I'm going to say. Okay, so we got Jaws, The Exorcist.
Scary movie, which
At
was
number 10.
a little odd.
Yeah. Let's. How do you feel about Ghostbusters?
Well, let's go with it.
You want
Why
to go Ghostbusters? All right, Ghostbusters.
So that's you guys are locked in?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Final answer.
Ghostbusters is
Oh, he's pausing long.
on the list at number 3. 1984's Ghostbuster at the box office with inflation taken into account made $641 million. So you guys now have 3 points.
Ash.
And And you guys are the winners. So
Luis,
We have a chance to tie.
how do you have a chance to tie?
no, that's a game because they got 3 straight up. You guys
we
have
have
the
one.
tiebreaker.
They have 2 and 3. We have 1. So if we do 1 and 4, as long as it's within the top 10, we have 1.
No, the number 1 was a
Fine,
tiebreaker. You guys
fine,
are
Alice. Go ahead. Fine. Try to guess, please.
Aren't we the second one?
Yes.
We're second, right? So if we have a chance to tie. Hey, dude, I'm the Dodgers. We have a chance to tie.
If you get okay,
Don't you
if
dare.
you guys can only win if you get either the 4th film on this list. So if you guys want to go for it, if you guys want to go for it, by all means.
All right, buddy.
I'd rather go
Yes.
down in flames.
Or take your fucking shot, or finish whatever you're drinking.
I have to take a shot. Let's go down in flames. What can we lose?
What can we lose?
Okay,
What can we lose?
okay, hold on. I'll give. Can I confer with the winning team so far?
Fuck that. Again, we got number 1. They got 2 and 3. We have a
And
chance
10.
to tie.
We have
And
2, 3, and
10.
10.
So that's
We have 2,
3
3,
right
and 10.
answers.
Oh
to-
wait, you have all of your guesses were all 3? Oh, then we
Yes.
lost. Oh my god.
Yeah,
What the
obviously.
fuck?
That's why I'm trying to say. Like, I was like, you guys want to keep going. If you guys
No.
get the 4th or 5th,
I
but
will
if you
take
guys get it wrong, then it's 2 shots.
Fuck. I'm kind of down.
Just
All
please
right.
try it, please.
All right,
I
so
really
take.
want
It's not gonna be
Please.
fun because we'll take 2 shots and then we're gonna end the show. So you're not even gonna see the clusterfuck that would be me.
Pound that beer or take that shot, boys. And the belt holders for the week are going to be the team of Esteban and Carmen. And Carmen is on a hell of a roll in this podcast. She is
You know what's funny?
unstoppable.
It's the 2 shit talkers. So Luis, we gotta stick up. We gotta step up our game.
Step up.
So I'm going to go through the top. I'll
Yeah,
get
please.
through fucking 25 of them. Okay. At number 1 was Jaws. At number 2 was The Exorcist. 3 was Ghostbusters. 4 is The Sixth Sense. 5, which I'm.
Hey,
Yeah,
we said 6 cents.
No, you didn't.
No, you
You
didn't. at
didn't
all.
go with 6M.
You motherfucker.
5 is Gremlins. 6 is 2017.
Gremlins.
2017's It. 7 is Jaws 2. Number 8 is
Gremlins.
yes,
Sorry,
Gremlins.
go ahead.
Number 8 is the Amityville Horror 1979.
Oh
version.
yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Number 9 is Alien, which we talked about earlier.
Mhm.
Number 10 is Scary Movie. Good job, guys. I would never have guessed that. Number 11 at What Lies Beneath. 12, The Omen. 13, Ghostbusters 2. 14, The Blair Witch Project.
Uh,
15,
but you were doing top
Poltergeist.
10, so all those wouldn't have counted anyway.
Like I said, if you were paying attention to when I was talking earlier, I said I was going to go through the whole 25, but now you fucking ruined it.
What?
Thank
You're
you.
lucky you're pretty. You're so lucky you're pretty.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
And since the team has now won the game, the show has come to an end. We'd like to thank everybody for
Yeah, thank
tuning
you.
in. Please do us a favor of subscribing to the show on whatever service you go ahead and
Esteban,
listen to the show on.
Sorry,
Our
Esteban knows our link tree because that links to everything else.
If you
And-
follow us on Instagram at Comics Podcast, you can click on to follow everyone and all the platforms we're on, correct? Esteban?
100%. 100%.
Link tree.
And
That's
if you
what
could
she
all
just
do us a
said.
favor,
Jesus Christ.
if you could all, anyone listening can do us the absolute favor of please leaving us a review on whatever site you go ahead and stream us on. It would be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely.
Also, we'd like to apologize for any audio issues you heard during the show. With COVID going on, it's hard for us to get together, especially since some of us are up north in our fine state and
That's
we
me.
can't see each other. In the future, when everything is better, we'll get together and we won't have any of these issues. So we thank you for joining us, and hope to be with you next week. Have a good one.